wrestling fans. Joining me at this time, he is one of the youngest sensations out here in the South because I believe he's crossed the state lines as well. He is Ashton Martin. How are you?
I'm great, man. It's good to be here.
And of course, we caught you a few minutes before you were headed to Squared Circle action. We will get a little more into that a little later, but you know, a lot of people don't realize the kind of miles you guys put on the road. You're kind of centrally located. We talked about that earlier. I'm not going to tell people the undisclosed location you're currently in, but talk a little about the travel to and from shows because most people just travel up to 20, 30 minutes to attend a show. You guys sometimes go hours.
Oh yeah. So my home promotion SCA is about a 45-minute drive, and that's every Friday. So every Friday I'm driving about 45 minutes, and then training too. I'm doing that about 3 times a week there. So
Mm.
so doing that about 4 times a week. And I think Premiere right now is probably the farthest one I drive for, and that's about 2.5, 3 hours
Yeah,
one way.
yeah, yeah, it is because
And
once
then
again, I know where
I
you're
got
at and
Nala
I know where
now,
they're at.
which is 3.5. Yeah.
Jeez,
So
that's
yeah,
that's quite it's
it's
quite a haul.
definitely, but it's all worth it at the end. I get the reps
Yep.
in. I get to be in there with some great people. It helps me out.
That you do. And you know what? Let's start right there because there's some fan questions that are going to have to do with this too. Um, I think the most recent time that I saw you in action, you were at the NAWA Ring Champion show where you took on Nick Halen. And this was actually the second back to back time I saw you take on Nick Halen because you took on Nick at Premiere like the week or two before that. What's it like being in there with the Wiley veteran?
Okay, so Nick, yeah, so June became Wrestle Nothing But Nick month, and he
June,
hits
the
hard.
unofficial Nick Halen month.
Yeah, we're making that Nick Halen Remembrance Month.
He'll love it.
But no, yeah, he will. But being in there with someone like him, it helps me out a lot because I get to learning on the job, learning before, learning after. It all comes down to that. Being in there with someone like Nick, it really helps me a lot with the learning and the reps with him. So I could wrestle Nick Halen every day of the year and I'd be happy because
I
I
wouldn't
at the end of
recommend
it
it.
I learned. Yeah, probably not, but if I had to, I would.
And I would say Nick, so that Nick gets the right idea because I've only recently gotten to speak to him and see him in action, and he is everything that is always advertised. Nick is one of the best. No,
Oh
I
yeah,
wouldn't want to wrestle Nick every day for an entire year because it might be detrimental to my hospital bill. He hits pretty
yeah.
hard, or at least it looks like he
He's
hits
yeah,
pretty hard.
100%.
Now,
He
I do have to
absolutely
compare
does.
him because I famously say on and off this show that nobody hits harder than Joe Black. Have you been hit by Joe yet?
I haven't been hit by Joe yet, but I have heard that from multiple people.
Then
And
let me
so
be the
I'm
first to
I'm
say, Joe, do you hear this? Joe, you will be on the same premier card. If you want to just get that one out of the way, I mean, it might hurt the feelings of Mr. Halen that or it might make him hit hard. I don't know. That may not be good either way. But
They'll just go back.
I,
They'll just go back and forth.
yeah, yeah, and you might make it out for your match, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Uh, what was it like being a part of that card, that NAWA card? Because man, that thing was stacked.
Oh yeah, I was honored, extremely honored to be a part of that. Nick Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler is one of my favorites to watch, one of my favorites watching growing up, and so to be a part of that, it was awesome. But Lev being one of my good friends, being able to watch him wrestle Nick, it was really cool, and being able to be in
Yeah,
there with Nick Halen was awesome. I will always love wrestling Nick. So to be in there, to be in front of all those people, it was an honor.
and before I get into you actually pulled double duty on that night. For people who haven't heard me say this yet, and I've said it on a couple of shows already, uh, Alexander Lev is on that short list of people that you better pay a little bit of dollars now to see him live before you have
One
to
hundred
subscribe
percent.
to a streaming
He
service because it's
absolutely.
coming. It's
Oh yeah,
coming.
it definitely
Um,
is.
and also Nick Nemeth, I told him while I was there, that he is one of the best or one of the best in-ring performers I've ever seen. After seeing him and Lev go from 4 feet away, he is the best. If not, there's
Oh yeah,
not a second now. Nick is by
yeah,
far the best,
definitely.
and Lev was right with him all night. So that was a crazy match.
Yeah, I
But
definitely hope
like I said,
people take
this
notice
goes
on Lev.
exactly. Fan question. Matt Williams, I could send in quite a bit. I appreciate Matt. He said at NAWA Resurrection, you came to Big Andy's aid when Chris Nelms turned on him mid-match, which didn't realize 605 was going to split in the middle of that show. That shocked the entire fan base. Are you a fan of Big Andy's work, and why did you decide to
I
align yourself with him?
I absolutely am a fan of Big Andy's work. If you didn't know, Big Andy is a roasted every week. Right now he's currently beefing with my program, so screw that guy right now. But at Nala, I saw Chris Nelms dip on him, and being the superhero I am, the Headband Hero. Uh, yeah, I just had to come in there and make the save because I'm not going to let him get John. And at the end, he gave me the nod, which really meant a
Yeah,
lot to me being able to hear him say that because he's definitely a goat. He's one of the goats.
yeah, he is pretty universally liked. I only know a few people that don't like him, and I continue to question. And I'm not going to call them out on this show because they're good friends of mine. But of course, that was a couple weeks ago. As I said, uh, you've got premiere tomorrow night up in the Church Without Walls, which I get what they're saying by that, but there's a lot of walls in that place, and man, they really make it. They need some fans. And not us fans. They need some fans like above your
No,
head.
they need.
But
Yep. Mm-hmm.
other than that, that
One
place
hundred
heats up
percent.
quickly. You get the honor of facing somebody you faced in your past in Christian Pierce. You go from Nick Halen to Christian Pierce. You probably want to start questioning management if they actually like you or not because they're trying to get you hurt.
100%. No, Christian Pierce is a dog. 100%. He's a dog. I had the honor to wrestle him in my first ever premiere match,
Mm-hmm.
and that was a little bit ago. I hope I got better. But yeah, I get to face him tomorrow, and I hope I've gotten better because I'm really excited for this.
Yeah, because he's going to make you pay for it either way, whether you're ready or
Oh
not.
yeah, 100%. 100%.
Absolutely. And the premiere show, of course, I believe bell time is 7. It could be 7:30, but I'm gonna shy on the
Seven
under
seven
time so
thirty.
that you're there early.
Oh
That
yeah,
yeah, I think last I saw that, yeah, 7 is what they're targeting. So, Church Without
that
Walls,
sounds
great
about
tickets
right.
still available. Hit up all their social medias for that. Or if you see Stan or Billy walking around, buy a ticket right off of. Let's see. Let's talk a little bit about your squared circle action faction, the action faction. There we go. The program 2.0. That, of course, is you. That is Matt Hankin. That is Scott Mason. He is not quite as mad up there, I believe. R.C. Daniels, another young upstart, and Jacob Ashworth. Kind of how did the program come together? And, what is the mission of the program?
The mission of our program is to win and take over. But no, I originally was with Hollywood 100 James. I turned on them real quick. I felt like I was getting outshined. I needed my light.
There seems to
So
be a
that's
pattern
what.
with people around him doing that. It's kind of weird. And
Yeah.
Hunter's one of my favorite people too. He's been on this show. He's a real great guy, but it's kind of weird how everybody around him turns on
How
him.
his proteges just came to. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Don't ask me. Yeah. So that's when uh my daddy Source, as I like to call him, Scott Mason came into the picture. It really took me under his wing, let me get some of the light. A couple weeks later, Jacob Ashworth comes into the picture, another goat in
yep.
Georgia wrestling. He is definitely one of the goats. So to be under those two, especially, that's like an extreme. it's helped my career come from here to like up there. And then someone people should keep their eyes on is RC Daniels. 100%. Dude has taken off. People have believed in him, and he has proved that he deserves to be here.
I believe he will also be a premiere tomorrow night. So that'll be the first time I get to put my
Yes.
eyes on him.
Yes.
Yeah, he's one of the people they're talking about for maybe rookie of the year or so. So we'll have to see how that goes.
I'm hoping he gets it. I'm hoping he gets it.
And for people who want to know what I was just writing down, Madman Mason will also be at premiere, and I'm gonna try to
God.
start. I'm gonna try to start a Daddy Saurus chant. That's why I just wrote that down. I'm gonna try to start that. So come to the premiere show to A, see if I can get this thing off the ground, and B, if I can outrun Scott Mason.
Good
It
luck with
could be
that one.
worth the price of
It's
admission because
pretty fast.
he's 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 a big tall guy. He's a lot lankier than me, so he might have his hands full with Mother Frost, but that is for him to figure out and for a different show. Um, so square circle action. As I said, you're up there with the program. Matt Hankins is going to accompany you tonight to the ring, and I think that's going to offset. Your opponent is bringing somebody. I think he's bringing his dad. I guess he's taking a page out of Hunter James and trying to bring his dad
Yeah.
into his wrestling
Who's,
career or something. I
who's
mean,
his dad,
I
right?
mean,
Who's his dad?
I mean, you're going against Avery Styles, who, for people who don't know, is one of the sons. There are multiple. One of the sons of the phenomenal AJ Styles. Maybe people have heard of him. If you haven't, I don't think this is the show for you. We appreciate you tuning in because AJ is one of the best to ever do it, and I'm not afraid to say that. I would
Yeah.
put him and Nick
He
Nemeth
is.
in that category. That if they even trip over a mop, you got to think the mop might be the next heavyweight champion.
Absolutely. AJ was honestly, I think, probably the first ever wrestler I watched when I first got into wrestling. So, to be the same building as him is pretty cool. And for Avery, I hope you're ready because this is my moment. I'm not gonna let you take that from me. And yeah, come to Royston tonight. You'll be in for a show if there's any seats left. That's all I gotta say.
Standing room
That is
only.
all I gotta
Sta-
say.
they might be hanging from the
If
rafters.
that.
I haven't been in that building, so I can't tell you where they might be. Yeah, hanging from the rafters. We'll say that. But yeah, Avery is making his debut, so you get to be his debut opponent. A little bit of pressure in that, right?
you know, it definitely it's different, because it's just crazy to see all these news platforms posting about this, and it really is an extreme honor to be his first match. His dad being a great, but he's probably definitely put in the work. He definitely has, and yeah, it's an extreme honor. I'm hoping that this blows my name up a little bit, and if it doesn't,
Good.
I can say I was his first match still.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah, I don't see where it's going to be detrimental to you at all. Because for one, pull the curtain back a little bit here. We do that occasionally on this show. For one, AJ's not going to let Avery get in there if he's not ready. So I know he's going to be ready.
Absolutely.
And also, I feel like Dad has some veto power about who his opponent could be. He might have had his choice of a handful. It might have been his choice of everybody in the building. Could have been somebody in the state. He could have easily said it's not going to be at Squared Circle. So somehow this all lined up to where, I mean, to me, this is a great opportunity for him, but it's a better opportunity for you because, like you said, there's going to be more eyeballs on here because of him. But when they look at the other side, they're going to say, "Wait a minute, who was that guy?"
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where my first thought went to when it got announced, when it happened. Because leading up to it, he kind of screwed me in some matches that he was reffing of mine. I don't lose at Square Circle Action. I don't lose unless it's Nick Halen. But I don't lose. And then this guy comes in Don't know who he is. Costing me my matches. And announces last week he wants to quit as a referee. We were, all happy. And then hits us with a he's been training and wants to wrestle me. Okay. I don't know
Sure.
who you are. And then he announces what his name is. And our hearts kind of just sunk.
Just
And then he told us who his dad was. And hearts sunk even more. So yeah, yeah. How
but
it all
I
came
think
together.
it's safe to say though, and feel free to use this because I'm going to give you a chance for a final message later. But I think it's safe to say that regardless of what his last name is, Avery is he better be buckled up and because he's gonna catch a ride tonight, and he's gonna be taken for a ride, and when you're
I
taken
like
for a
that.
ride with the Ashton Martin, it might be a little bumpy.
Just a little bit. A little bit. I like
I
that.
think I got
That's
to work on
good.
my promo skills
Nah, I like that one. That was good. I might have to steal that.
because I mean, feel free to put your own twist on it because I'm sure you can come up with something way better than me. And if you use something like that, Nick Halen's probably going to come out in the middle of the match and chop you. So I want to avoid that interruption.
I think I do too.
And I feel like I'm due for a Nick Halen chop at this point because either him or Joe are going to come after me now. But that's fine. That's fine. Uh, we'll see how that goes. So whether you hit him with the big frog splash or the kill switch that you'd like to use, what are you? I know it's hard to scout him because you barely knew he was training, and
Mm-hmm.
this is his first match. So it's not like you can go back at years of YouTube and go, oh, well, this is how he likes to do things. So what are you kind of looking at or looking for out of Avery tonight?
um, I've obviously watched a bunch of his dad's matches because if that's who his coach is, then I've gotta lock in on him.
I've got to
But
think that's at least one coach. I'm sure there's more than that, but that's probably the main influence.
probably a few, probably a few, yeah. No, but I've just been dialed. Like in the gym, I've been eating right. I've been dialed. My body has completely changed in the past 6 months because I feel like I do have a chance, you know, and I need to prove that I want it. I've been told that I need to prove that I want it. How bad do I really want it? And I want it.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what it comes down to for a lot of people is you can see the talent, you can see the physicality, you can see the athleticism, but
How bad
when
do
the
they?
lights
How
when
bad
the
do they
lights are
really want it?
turned on bright, can you take over and can you be that AJ Styles? Can you be that Nick Nemeth or that Alexander Lev, that Hunter James? When the lights are the brightest, can you outshine them all? And that's kind of what it all comes down to.
100%. 100%.
But let me recap that real quick. Squared circle action tonight. 7 p.m. start on that one.
8 p.m. start. Doors open
Eight.
at 7. I think they're doing 7 tonight for doors. But yeah, show starts at 8.
Get your
305 Cherry
tickets now.
Street, Weston, Georgia. If there's
Out in
any
Royston.
left.
Yeah,
Yep.
I
I,
mean,
I know. I
yeah.
think all that's left is bleachers, and that's first come, first serve.
Oof. I
So,
know. I know two fellow Georgia wrestling history people that will be in the building. That we were all having a big discussion on something else that's coming down the pipeline soon that people will see. But we all wanted to know who was going to make that trip, and two people immediately threw their name in the hat. The big guns will be there. We'll put it that way,
awesome.
because
Awesome.
they're like can't miss us.
Yep.
And then also premiere All Star Wrestling tomorrow night, as you'll of course have Christian Pierce. That one once again I think is a 7 o'clock door. That sounds right.
7 or 7:30.
Yeah,
I think it's 7.
yeah. Be there before then. Be there at like 6:30, guys. It's you want to get there early.
Yeah, you don't want to miss that
Yeah.
show. It's a good show.
Oh, Was there another? There was another fan question. Let me get to that real quick. It was okay. Last one from Matt. Is there anyone that you've had the opportunity to work with that we need to keep our eye on? Somebody you've worked with that maybe we haven't necessarily heard of, or maybe we've heard a little about, and we should hear a lot more.
Let me think.
I mean,
The two obvious,
I'll
the
throw out the
two
easy one
obvious.
that your stablemate RC Daniels is
Oh
somebody.
yeah, 100%. Keep your eyes on RC. Dude has already blown up a little bit, and I think after tonight, dude's really gonna. I mean, he's a dual champion. He beat Billy Buck, who's a goat.
Wow,
He beat
that's some.
who did he beat for the Friday night championship?
He
He beat
beat.
Jen and Vane for a Friday night championship.
That's who it was. Yep,
I think it was Jen and Vane.
and he's
Yes,
barely a year in.
definitely keep your eyes on him. And he's humble. He's got a great attitude. He wants it. So keep your eyes on RC for sure.
And not to be outdone, I know you are a at least one time champion, as you were part of the Ultimate Tag Team Champions in Premier with Xander Warwick and Simon Thurman, which is
Yep.
one of the
Which
craziest
was
carnival teams I've ever seen in my life. But you guys are so fun to watch.
yeah, I had those belts, and I'm a two-time Friday night champion at Royston.
There you go, multiple time champion. Big time match tonight versus Avery. His dad's going to be there. That's okay. That's what Matt Hankins is for, just in
Oh
case.
yeah,
You know,
the
we
greatest
can't have
coach
these
in wrestling history, Matt
we
Hankins.
can't have these second generation upstarts just coming in here and doing willy nilly what they want to do. So Matt's there to keep keep that coach in line if he has
Oh yeah,
to.
oh yeah,
You know, maybe use some tape and tape him to a chair or something. You know, make sure he doesn't get involved. We don't want any kind of craziness. Uh, but what is kind of either your lasting message to Avery or your lasting message to the fans for this weekend about what's in store for them?
I think the lasting message to the fans is hop on the bandwagon while you can. Hop on the
Come,
bandwagon while you can because I'm
come
about to
along
take
for the
off.
ride.
Come along for the ride because I'm
There we go.
about to
That's how
take
we
off.
say. Absolutely. But Ashton, I know you have got to hit the road here soon, and we wish you all the best. Appreciate you being on, and we'll catch up with you later down the road.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
And this has been a special edition of Strong Style. I am Jeremy the Impact York. We will see you guys next time. Deuces, gooses. Go watch wrestling.